to Story Talkies by We Storytellers. Story Talkies is conversations that matter. Today we bring to you Sandrine Bardot, who is an accomplished total rewards consultant with a Middle East flair. Sandrine brings with her rich experience in the field of performance, rewards, compensation, and all HR associated fields. Her motto is learn, help, share, and smile.
I'm very happy to be there and to bring some different aspects as we rarely talk about comp and ben and communication together. So this is a great opportunity today.
And I came across something that you talk about neuroscience and communication and compensation. I think you put it as heuristics, mental heuristics.
Yes.
Can you explain that a little more and how it affects our thinking?
Yes. So basically, I came across this concept of neuroscience a few years ago at the time that Richard Thaler received the Nobel Prize of Economics for his work on behavioral science, which is the intersection of neuroscience and the way that we think and from a physiological point of view and the psychology. There are two ways that the brain is working during most of the day. The first one is the fast thinking, which is all those things that we don't really think about, which are done in a subconscious manner. And thank God they are, because if we needed to think all the time, oh, I need to breathe and I need to put my glasses up and how do I brush my teeth and so on, it would take too much cognitive load on our brain. So we have lots of things that are becoming subconscious and kind of habit triggered. While the slow thinking is the one where we use more of the proper thought process and to make decisions and so on. Our brain reacts to everything that it perceives as a threat by focusing on it completely and treat it as quickly as possible to the exclusion of all other neurological processes. And so whenever we perceive that there is a threat, we focus on that. The rewards, whenever we are happy about something or we feel that something is a reward, our brain starts to produce some hormones which are slightly addictive. So we try to renew and repeat those rewards as much as we can. And that's also something which we can use in terms of compensation and benefits, obviously. Because we can design incentives, we can design programs and systems in a way through gamification, for example, which is going to help people and make them feel good. So, for example, if you think of employee recognition systems, you would have a gamification aspect which gives rewards on a regular basis to people, you know, when they receive a badge and all this kind of stuff. So it's not a topic that many people cover, but this behavioral science has a lot of impact in terms of comp and ben, and including in how we communicate about compensation and benefits.
So can you share an example that impacts communication when it comes to compensation and effects of neuroscience on compensation?
Yes. So, for example, there is an example which is called anchoring, and anchoring is one of those heuristics. It's this subconscious shortcut that we have, where what happens is that people will use any information as a reference for when they have to evaluate new information which is presented to them. Somebody is making what seems to be more money for a similar job in another company, then the employee will become convinced that they're underpaid. And they don't know if that other employee or other person has more experience, more performance, if the job is really the same or not. But because they have had that, their whole focus turns on that. So it's important that we understand. So one of the examples would be if you have a big expectation of, let's say, salary increase or bonus payment, and those expectations are not fulfilled because the organization has communicated in some way, formally or informally, about some form of amount. It has anchored the expectation for the employees, and it can create a huge motivational damage. On the positive side, when we try to take control of the communication, what we can do is we can try to anchor in, for example, the behaviors that we desire to see by giving examples in the descriptions of, for example, the competencies or the behavioral skills in the performance management system. And that element of communication will show to employees what we expect of them. So it's a passive one, but it's going to put the expectation at the level that we want. We can also use communication to use normative statements. So we describe what should be, or we highlight best-in-class performance, for example, during I don't know, newsletters or videos that we're doing on the best employees and so on. And that will also, in that communication, anchor for people that this is where we should be in terms of behavior, in terms of performance, and so on for the organization.